Y'all, Echo completely changed the SpeedFeed 500 design, but did it help? Hey y'all, thanks for tuning back into Chickanic. I hope everybody's having a great week. You guys, I have been waiting to tell you all this information for a very long time. Most of you that have been with me for the last year know I have been ranting and raving about Echo's melting SpeedFeed heads. So for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about a year and a half ago when I was an Echo dealer, I saw a string of commercial customers come back with their brand new SRM 3020 trimmers that had the SpeedFeed 500 heads on them, and they were melting. Here's the examples I showed in my last videos. I think that these metal pieces being inside of the spool like that are dispersing the heat into the trimmer line, getting so hot and melting the back base. Let's open one up and see what they got going on inside. Yeah, it's the same. It's all wrapped in itself and melted. Look, I should be able to just pull this freely. There's no way you're going to be able to just bump your head and it shoot line out if this is not coming out freely. Ooh, you can hear it from the meltedness of it stuck together. Listen. That one. Oh, I can even see it. Let's do the other one. That is the sound of cracking melted plastic or trimmer line, whatever it is. Wow. Wow. Yeah, these are melting. This whole thing right here is completely warped up, just like on the last one. The last one, when I went to take it off, this centerpiece wallered out the plastic in the back base after it was only used for about a month. Of course, the standard response I always got when I called and told them something was wrong was, "That's the first we've heard of it." Now, there was a short time frame that this actually happened. When it was like 100 degrees here in Arkansas, commercial guys are out there working these trimmers to the bone. And to be honest, I couldn't really say anything else about it all winter long because I didn't have any examples because nobody was bringing it in because it wasn't that hot. Now, why was I so adamant about making sure this problem was fixed? That's because for over the last 14 years since I've been in the small engine repair business, I have sold probably over 10,000, not exaggerating, SpeedFeed 400 and 450 heads, touting them as the best trimmer head ever made, because they are. So when I found out that Echo stopped making the 450, came out with this brand new 500 head, and it's melting, I freaked out a little bit. Because I don't want my people thinking I'm pushing junk. So what can I tell you guys? But persistence pays off. Today, I would like to introduce you to the upgraded, brand new SpeedFeed 500 head. Now, what do they do? Well, these heads get hot. They're running at thousands of RPMs next to a gearbox that's emitting a ton of heat. So what do they have to make it with? They make it with a polymer plastic that is glass-filled nylon. Now, when they made the original SpeedFeed 500 heads, they had a 15% glass-filled nylon. But as we can see through melting back bases and spools that would get so hot the trimmer line would melt, it wasn't working. So Echo decided to more than doubled the glass-filled nylon in the spool and the back base. The back base went from a 15% to a 33%, and the spool went from a 15% to a 35%. What does that mean? That's going to help with warping, heat deflection, thermal resistance, and gives it a ton more strength. So that essentially says with this strength, we should not be seeing back bases melt. We should not see the heat transfer through the spool into the trimmer line and making it melt together. Now, I know there's two questions you're going to be asking. First, why did it take so long for them to fix this problem? And two, why aren't they just going to switch heads out for everybody? Because first off, this is a very small problem. Like I said, this only happened when it was 100 degrees here in Arkansas. So probably like 90% of the country is not even going to know this is an issue. And that's what they told me. They said that the reports coming back were so small and insignificant that they didn't know if it was a quality control problem, like just a certain line of them that went out, or if it was an actual problem with the product. They tested multiple times over and over again and couldn't replicate it melting. And I gotta admit, if you haven't experienced a summer in, Texas or Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, you don't know what summer is. It's hot. It's humid. it's not good on your equipment. Which brings me to the reason of why they're not replacing everybody's heads. Because 90% of the people don't even know it's an issue. In fact, when I first started this venture, I put an all call out to everybody asking, hey, have you had any problems with your speed feed heads melting? And most of them said, no, they're great. So most users won't even ever know it's an issue. Now, they have started shipping all these out in September. Your Echo distributor might still have the old speed feed heads, but if you want to specifically look for the new one, let me show you how. The old speed feed 500 heads had a PA6-GF on the spool. I don't think it mattered what size you are. It does not have the PA number on it. On the new speed feed 500s, you will see a PA6-GF 33, which means that's that 33% glass filled nylon. And on the spool itself, it'll be a PA66-GF35, 35% nylon. Now, when I went to the Outdoor Expo in Louisville, Kentucky, I got to meet Fernando, who is head of the service department for Echo, head, and he was a super cool dude. He did give me 2 of the brand new Speed Feed 500 heads, which I'm definitely going to test one day, but it's 60 degrees right now. We got winter coming. I'll give one to a commercial guy, and I'll keep another one, and we'll definitely put it to the test. But I got good feelings about this, guys. I'm pretty happy that they actually took the initiative to make these speed feeds great again. And I can go back to telling everybody they are the best trimmer head ever made. All right, so before I head out, guys, though, I do want to tell you all about something. You know I do not take sponsors. I do not get paid for telling you about these products, but what I do is I find things that I enjoy and like to tell you about them. I'm going to guess most of you are like me, with miscellaneous boxes of chains that you're not sure. Is it sharp? Is it dull? I have no idea. I don't even know what this one fits on anymore. I don't know. Is that you guys? Do you get tired of pulling a chain out of one of your boxes and it being in so many loops that you don't know how to make it straight again? Well, while I was at the Kentucky Expo, I had the pleasure of meeting Kelly. Now, Kelly is the owner, inventor, operator, manager of Chain Locker. Now, she wanted to give me one of these at the expo, but I told her no, I wanted to buy one myself because that's the way I roll. And I just got it in. And guys, this thing's pretty sweet. I only had one customer in the 14 years that I've had a repair shop that brought their chains in to be sharpened in one of these. And it's a great idea. Now, at my repair shop, we have sharpened thousands of chainsaw chains. I don't know, but it's a lot. And over those years, I have had so many customers come in. When they bring multiple chains in, it never failed. If they brought 5 or 6 chains in, one of them would be a sharp chain that they didn't know about. Now, I'm not saying that there ain't shops out there that might put a little tap on all them edges and still charge you for that sharpen. We wouldn't. And I know most of you are still going to go with that unorganized box method of non-labeled chains, but I know some of you out there are going to love this thing. Anytime you take a chain off your chainsaw, pop it in here. Now, Kelly and her husband do make these here in the USA. They have many distributors, but they also sell through Amazon. I'm going to leave, this is the size for the 20-inch chain and below. They also have one for 24 and above. I'm going to leave both of those at my Amazon store. So if you would like to get one, go check them out. So guys, thanks again for tuning into Chickanic and reaching the final end to our melting Speed Feed 500 saga. It's nice to have a happy ending. And guys, if you find yourself coming back over and over again, think about hitting that subscribe button. It helps out the algorithm to make my videos shown to more people to save them time, money, and frustration in the future. And ladies, with Christmas coming up, if you're looking for that perfect gift to give your guy, don't miss this video of my must-have tools right here.